When did you know that you had this gift? When you were in school, could you make your classmates laugh? Is that when you figured out, I think I'm good at this?
I'll tell you a very strange thing. when I was first born, the war had just started. Second month of the war. And then the Germans bombed this little town, which caused a lot of puzzlement because nobody could understand why they'd wasted perfectly good bombs on a town like that. You know?
It wasn't a great town.
Well, there was nothing in my town, Weston-super-Mare, that a bomb could destroy.
Right.
That could possibly be as valuable as the bomb. Every time the Germans dropped a bomb, they kind of lost the economic war. You see. My father had been in the First World War for 3 years.
Yeah.
A brave man. He just said, I'm out of here. And a few months later, we were living on a farm. But then we went somewhere else and somewhere else. And I went to 12 different homes in my first 13 years.
Wow.
So I never had a chance to, what's the word, to kind of get to know other boys or develop proper relationships.
Real friendships, yeah.
So when I went to school, I didn't mix in very well, and I was very awkward. And I began to discover quite early on that if I could make the boys laugh, you know, then there's a sense of acceptance. Because the funny thing is, if people think you're funny, they have affection for it.
Yeah.
So I kind of used it as a way into friendship.
What kind of things were you doing in say you're in class, and the professor or the teacher, whoever, what are you doing to get a laugh?
Well, I had one. I've actually got a prop here. I discovered there was one teacher who was particularly dopey. And when he looked at me, I would go...
What is that? What made that sound?
It's a glasses case.
Oh! Oh, my God.
You see, like that.
Yeah?
But it's lovely, because every time he looked at me, I'd just go... Ooh.
That's fantastic. He never figured it out?
He never figured it out. I used to wear my glasses upside down, and that used to puzzle him, too.
Did he ever notice? Did he ever?
Well, he at the very beginning of the term, he was teaching me Old Testament, if you believe that. At the very beginning of the term, when I wore my glasses upside down for the first time, remember, he looked at me and stared for some time.
Right.
And then went straight on. About 6 weeks later, one day, I've been wearing them upside down for the whole 6 weeks, two lessons a week, and he just looked at me and said, "Please put your glasses on the right way."
That's so understated. I love how understated it is.